Let's talk handguards. And did you know that there's a bunch of options for handguards that are designed specifically for PCCs? Well, today we're looking into the more unique options for PCC handguards and figuring out which one is right for us in the next episode of our AR9 Builder's Guide. In the world of ARs, as you throw lead downrange over and over and over again, your barrel gets hot from the friction of the bullet and all those hot gases from going down the barrel. So your handguard protects your hand from the heat while also giving you a place to attach all your stuff like grips, lights, tactical PEC lasers, and other gear. It's an essential part of any AR and shouldn't be overlooked. There are going to be two main types of handguards, drop-in and free-float. A drop-in handguard usually comes in two pieces and will be attached to your barrel and secured in place with what is commonly known as a delta ring. It's a quick and easy and cost-effective handguard solution, but a bit more old school than the newer free-float options. Drop-in handguards also contact the barrel, which could affect the barrel's harmonics. A free-float handguard, on the other hand, doesn't touch the barrel and directly attaches to your AR's upper receiver and floats down the entire length of the barrel. This allows the barrel to vibrate freely and won't be affected by the handguard in any way, which can help improve accuracy. The vast majority of newer AR9 builds that I've seen out in the wild will be using free-float handguards, so that's what we're going to focus on for the rest of this video. The majority of the time, for 9mm ARs, you shouldn't have to worry about getting a handguard that is meant for 9mm. Similar to our last episode about charging handles, you can go check that one out, the world of handguards is available to us to pick from, but there are some interesting choices out there that are designed to work specifically for AR9s if you have some unique requirements, so let's talk about those. So let me ask, do you prioritize maneuverability with your PCC? In a self-defense situation, do you want to be lugging around a super heavy battle rifle that is going to slow you down or cause you to lose focus on your environment? Most free-float handguards are going to be made out of aluminum, which is pretty light. But if weight savings is your #1 goal, there are carbon fiber options available. They might not be super cheap, but you can definitely save some weight at the end of your gun where every ounce counts. Take a look at the Faxon Streamline carbon fiber handguard, for example. The 10-inch option weighs in at just under 5 ounces, and it's by far one of the lightest options you can get right off the shelf. One huge benefit of 9mm ARs is you don't have to worry about a gas system because of the direct blowback design, similar to your trusty sidearms. The advantage of this is you can go with a smaller diameter handguard that is designed to work with PCCs since there is no gas system that the handguard needs to slide over. For some more special purpose options, you may want to take some time and go through Takom's handguard offerings since they do make purpose-built 9mm handguards that are super slim and lightweight. If I had to pick one out for my next PCC build, I would go with their Extreme Ultra Light handguards. So what is the length of the barrel that you want to put on your PCC? A lot of people choose to build really short AR9s so they can, again, be easily maneuvered. Most commonly, we see 9mm ARs with barrels under 10 inches or so. As with any rifle build, the length of your barrel is going to affect the choice of handguard, but you may have a hard time finding ultra short handguards that fit some of those super stubby barrels on the market, like the 3-inch 9mm barrels from CAC Industries. Keep the length of your barrel in mind when picking out the length of your handguard and get one that can actually fit your barrel properly and gives you the overall look and aesthetic that you're going for. Okay, have you ever been to the range with your range buddy that you know is much cooler than you? Or scrolling through all the pew-pews on Instagram and seeing what looks like integrated cans on ARs? If that is the look you're going for, then you're gonna want to either get a can that is a smaller diameter that fits inside the handguard or a suppressor-ready handguard. Suppressor-ready handguards will have larger diameter inside, which will allow you to recess almost any silencer down the length of the handguard. To do this, you'll need to know the combined length of your suppressor and your barrel, and just get a handguard that is 1 inch shorter than your barrel and can's length added together. And just remember, no matter what handguard you go with, you will want to make sure that the end of your barrel can stick out further than your handguard itself. Outside of these more specialized offerings though, there are other considerations when picking out a handguard that still apply, like how do you want to mount your accessories? Do you prefer a secure lockup of the old school military standard Picatinny rails, like this quad rail design for example, or do you want a more sleek and clean look? Well then, you might want to go for an M-Lok handguard like this, AT3 Spear, or the Stinger Hawk handguard, for example. The T-slots on the Picatinny rails are going to be more secure since they are machined directly onto your handguard or upper receiver. Even though M-Lok is the new military standard, many consider PIC rails as the gold standard for secure mounting, especially in harsh conditions. The downside of quad rails is they can just be kind of uncomfortable to hold. The T-slots can be sharp, and some people may not mind that, or you can add some rail covers to help smooth things out, but I'm betting that a lot of you are just going to go for our next option of M-Lok. Now, M-Lok was designed by Magpul as an alternative to PIC rails in 2014 and also to compete with Keymod and ultimately outpaced Keymod. M-Lok keeps growing in popularity due to its sleek, smooth feeling in the hand compared to PIC rails, the weight savings you get from going with lighter handguard that uses less material, and its rock-solid mounting system for accessories. M-Lok accessories are pretty simple too. You just insert the T-nuts through the M-Lok slots on the handguard, then tighten a screw until it's nice and tight, and you're done. Now, one downside of M-Lok systems is when mounting an accessory, the little T-nuts may need some love to sit just in the right place, but once you get the screws in tight, it shouldn't be going anywhere. There are those that say M-Lok is less secure than PIC rails due to the possibility of the T-nut walking out on you over time if you don't screw it down tight enough. So make sure that you're tightening an accessory to the correct foot-pound spec the manufacturer recommends, and a little blue Loctite can go a long way. Deciding on how you want to mount your accessories is important, but not as important as how you want your handguard to look. In my confidently humble opinion, I would say that your handguard is what is going to contribute most to the look, feel, and personality of your gun. Some people don't like the cheese grater feel or militaristic aesthetic of quad rails, while others love the sleek feeling and sexy and unique design options that M-Lok handguards can offer. And all of that is to say nothing about the color options that you have. Some people even prefer to have a different color handguard to make it stand out from the rest of the receiver set, while others like it to blend in. All of these choices are up to you and your preferences, so take some time to figure out what you like best, or maybe do some more YouTubing or Googling, or better yet, go to a gun store to get your hands on what other companies have built and maybe create your own version of it. That's always an inspiring option. So for our build, considering the options we have and what we're going with in terms of looks, I'm going with the 7-inch Stinger Hawk handguard. The main reason I'm going with this is the looks, because I love the way how the top and bottom PIC rails stick out, creating an integrated hand stop that is going to keep my hand in the same spot every time, and I do enjoy the smooth feeling and lightweight of such a compact gun where maneuverability and ability to get an accurate sight picture is paramount. So we got the parts to our upper receiver all picked out, and now it's time to build out our angst at lower receiver, and I always like to start with the thing that can make you a better shooter, the trigger. So go check out which one we're picking out in our next video